Cardinals, where he called the plays all the way into the Super Bowl, is Todd Haley. Ryan Succop, a rookie out of South Carolina, will be kicking off, and deep back will be Lewis Rankin, who's taking the place of the injured Nick Miller. Rankin did return kicks last week against the Chargers. It is the home opener for the Chiefs, and what a way to begin it against their arch rival from the West Coast. And here we go in Rockin' Arrowhead. From the one, it's Rankin. Michael Bush will lead the way. And then he was hit by Javon Belcher and then brought down about the 19-yard line. A bunch of guys got in there. Quentin Lawrence there as well, 19-yard return. In the slot, they're going to put the tight end Miller. From the 20, 4 in the secondary, 1st and 10. McFadden is the running back. Blocked by Green, the check down, incomplete. With the coverage as they were guarding McFadden by Tamba Hali. 2nd down and 10. Still 4 in the secondary. Javon Walker is coming. He's coming out of the bottom of his screen. O'Neal is the fullback. McFadden pulling is Mario Henderson. Mays kind of forces him out of bounds. The gain to about the 23-yard line, 24-yard line, and a gain of 4. So 5 in the secondary for the Chiefs. Extra receiver is Watkins. Russell. Good block by Cooper Carl. Oh, what a great knockdown. They were going for Hayward Bay, and Flowers knocked it away. 3 and out, and the Raiders have got a punt on their first possession.
Brandon Flowers, the promising young corner, and he does. He beats Hayward Bay to the spot. And Jamarcus Russell fires it in there, but you got to give a lot of credit in the coverage by Brandon Flowers. Cuts underneath Bay to knock down the pass.
Leckler to punt, led it last year in the NFL. A rocket he sends up. Bobby Wade, newly acquired, will be back at the 10-yard line. Hang time of 4.6. And he is brought down. Nice play by Tyvon Branch, who's a starting safety and comes in with a nice tackle right there. 66-yard punt. Quentin Lawrence, the rookie, starts as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. In the backfield, O'Connell. End around Lawrence. Castle may block. And the rookie from McNeese State is on the way. And it's a 16-yard pickup. He's up to the 12-yard line. Branch makes the stop. They love the speed of this kid, Lawrence.
Well, look at Matt Castle. He's going to get in the way, and you got to hold your breath on this one. Do you want him to block, or do you want him to get out of the way? He kind of gets in there, but what a nice play, getting off to a good start. You can see the run there and the blocking out in front, so Castle's still able to move on that injured left knee.
1st down and 10. They have 2 tight ends in. Johnson remains in the backfield. Good block by Albert. Over O'Connell across the way, and the coverage by Thomas Howard. Cox back in as the fullback. Raiders amongst the receivers with Bradley on the near side. 4 in the secondary. Here's Larry Johnson. And they had Warren in there, and Ricky Brown, the linebacker, making the stop after a gain of 3 up to the 35-yard line. You see the multiple receivers for the Chiefs. Dantrell Savage in the backfield. Charles inactive today. 3rd down and 7. They need the 42. Castle hit, and right through the hands of Savage, who had the opportunity to see time today. He's up for Charles. He drops the ball. The Chiefs will have to punch, so that nice 16-yard end around goes for naught.
Look at the pressure in the face. 91, Trevor Scott. The hit on Matt Castle. The ball still should have been caught by Savage, but pressure in the face of the quarterback immediately. Todd Haley saying, hey, get your head on straight. Got to be able to make that play.
The rookies, Colquitt will be punting. Deep back Hiram Eugene, who has not returned punts since junior college in 2002. Great hang time. And he'll call the fair catch. Raiders ran all over the Chiefs last year in this game.
And it's something they want to do today. They have to establish their identity, and it begins with a physical running game featuring Darren McFadden and Michael Bush.
Bush is right now in the game with McFadden, who now will be platooned as a receiver. Starters out there defensively for the Chiefs. 1st down and 10. Bush in the backfield. Green with the block for Russell. Over the head is Zach Miller. Incomplete the coverage by linebacker Corey Mays. They also have the safety Page back there. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
This is a problem that continues to plague Jamarcus Russell. He ought to complete this pass. You see the tight end coming open, and this is Zach Miller. He's going to catch it. You got to be able to hit the open receiver if you're going to be a quarterback in the National Football League.
Bush is left. McFadden in the backfield. 2 tight ends for the Raiders. 2nd down and 10. Their second possession. 3 and out. First time they had it. McFadden, he was tripped up initially by Demario Williams, the ex-starter for the Atlanta Falcons. It's a gain of 1 to the 25. Next to receiver is Watkins. Nickel secondary, nickel linebackers, including Derek Johnson, who had an interception last week, 3rd and 9. Good block by Henderson with an near side, broken up by Brandon Carr. A pass intended on the near side for the rookie Murphy. A second consecutive 3 and out by the Raiders.
Yeah, and he had Zach Miller open in the underneath coverage, tried to force it down the field. This ball's nearly intercepted. He cut it loose, and he's staring at the receiver the whole time. And look, you can see they're cutting in front of it. Carr nearly picked him off, and then you can see he had the tight end wide open, shorter in a shorter area down the field. You've got to be able to hit the wide open guy.
Kondo the long snap for Leckler, who had a 66-yarder the first time. Wade is back for Kansas City. Another beauty. Wade all the way back to the 5. Hang time 4.6, and here he goes. Akajuba among many, along with the long snapper Kondo making the stop. There's a lot of history with this Kansas City franchise.
50 years here in Kansas City, and boy, they've been a really model franchise from the old AFL.
Ingram is the 3rd receiver. They got 5 in the secondary. 1st and 10 for Castle. Chiefs were 4 and out the first time they had it. Larry Johnson hit by Thomas Howard and spun down near the 24 on a gain of 4 yards.
It's going to be important for both teams to really get the run game going, and it starts with Larry Johnson for the Kansas City Chiefs. And when we talked to him, he said, you just can't give me the ball a couple of times early on, then forget about me. And I like what Todd Haley had to say. He said some of it was the running back, some of it was the offensive line, and Todd Haley took some of the accountability and said some of it was me. I got to stick with the running game and continue to call Larry's number.
Ryan, the tight end, he's in motion right now. One of the 3 receivers, 2nd down 7. 4 in the secondary, Larry Johnson. Good block by Niswanger. But look at Richard Seymour. Right down Larry Johnson, who pushes the pile to the 31-yard line, picks up 7, close to a first down.
This is the Larry Johnson that they're looking for. And how about Seymour getting in on the action? Seems to be everywhere. But watch Johnson carry the pile. Right after contact, still able to churn out yards after he was hit. That's the Larry Johnson that they need to carry this offense here today.
And Mike Cox with a nice block, too, the fullback.
Offensive line getting in on the action. I think they're going to have their work cut out for them. The 4 down linemen for the Oakland Raiders, they are a handful.
We're going to take a little look at it right now. You know, when you think about Larry Johnson, you think a couple years ago, but the last couple years, after those terrific back-to-back seasons taking the place to Priest Holmes, he has been injured. He has been kind of scattered in this offense.
Yeah, the injuries, I think, have caught up with him. He's missed 12 of their last 32 ball games, so the injuries have cost him. And then I think he needs a better attitude. I know when we met with him, he was a slimmer, trimmer, more fit Larry Johnson. And then his attitude seemed to be something where he wants to be a leader for a very young football team.
The Chiefs were short a player. Their rookie tight end O'Connell runs out there. He's in the wrong place right now. It's 1st and 10 after the measurement. He's got to call a timeout, and a rookie just called him a valuable timeout. It's 1st and 10, couple tight ends. The fake to Johnson, the block by Albert, outside it goes. And Jackie Battle was whacked across the way. Howard was right there. Loss of 6 on the play. Back to the 25. This is after the timeout taken by the Chiefs.
Confusion in the huddle, and that's what happens when you change offensive coordinators after the 3rd preseason game. Chan Gailey goes out. Todd Haley is going to call the plays, but it is a new offense. There's a learning curve there, and Todd Haley was frank with us. He said, hey, the safer thing would have been to continue in something that we knew would not work. So he wanted to do the right thing and move on, expecting some rough spots in the early going of the season.
Nickel secondary. Ingram is the 3rd receiver. 2nd down and 16. This catch made by Sean Ryan, the tight end. 31-yard line. Over there, they had Kurt Morrison. That's a gain of 7 on the play.
Todd Haley is a tough teacher. He is going to expect tremendous results from this offense, and that's why Castle wanted to play today, wanted to come out and see if he could move this offense and get going. And so while there's a tremendous learning curve and a lot of young football players on this team, they're expected to produce right away. Kansas City Chiefs are in desperate need of getting a win today.
3rd down and 9. A tight end is wide. They got Jackie Battle as among the 5, and here comes the flag and the snap and the Raider defensive line and Greg Ellis, and they'll stop that play in mid-motion.
Offside, number 99, defense, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Greg Ellis comes from the Dallas Cowboys as a free agent.
Yeah, 12-year veteran. You expect him to be able to see the ball snap. But I can tell you what, that snap by Niswanger, it's very disconcerting, because even though you were trying to draw the guy off sides and get the ball snapped, you still have to be able to get it to your quarterback. We saw that a few times in practice on Friday.
Seymour playing the right defensive tackle. 3rd down and 4. Nickel secondary. You see the allotment of receivers. Dantrell Savage at the side of Matt Castle. They need the 41. The block by Albert. That is caught. Bobby Wade signed this week. The ex-Viking brought down by Michael Huff. He's to the 48. Picks up 16. A first down.
Now we're seeing Matt Castle do some things that we expect from him. He said he watched every cut-up and every play of Kurt Warner in this offense ran by Todd Haley in Arizona. And it's all predicated on getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, something exactly what he did on this play. And even though he takes a hit and takes a fall, I think he had to feel good about that pass.
It is a first down. Johnson back with Cox as the fullback. Back to the 43 defense. Larry Johnson. Tommy Kelly brings him down. Look at Larry Johnson. He's already had a 7-yard run on this drive. Picks up 5 right there to the 42. So we watched every pass thrown by Kurt Warner last
Every
year.
pass by Kurt Warner during the 2008 season that saw the Cardinals go to the Super Bowl. And Todd Haley, an excellent play caller, gave him that model image so that he could come out and duplicate it in this offense, understanding the rhythm and the timing of the offense. And Castle, it's a real quick learning curve, but he's adapting quickly to what Todd Haley wants to get going right away here in Kansas City.
Nickel back there for the Raiders. 2nd and 5. 7th play of the drive. Larry Johnson with the dance. And the drive, and he was brought down about the 39-yard line, hit by Warren. There's a gain on the play of 4 to the 39. 3rd and a short 2. The nickel secondary. You see the allotment of receivers, including Ingram and Wade. Albert, another good block. The wobbly pass will not be caught, and they were going over the middle looking for Bobby Ingram, and down again went Castle. Warren was on him. And now, 4th down, short 2. Will they go forward? Well, no, they are. They're going to bring in their fullback. They're going to go.
Gerard Warren coming right up the gut, getting pressure in the face of Matt Castle.
You like this call, Solomon, this early as they're moving the ball?
I think they need to get something going. 4th and 2, you expect to be able to get it. However, beware, they may not snap the ball. It could be just a hard count looking to draw this defense off sides.
Seymour is out. The rookie from Harvard, Desmond Bryant, on the defensive line. They've gone to 4 in the secondary, and another timeout. They've burned 2 timeouts. They used a crucial timeout, their 2nd of the first half.
They're burning important timeouts that they could use later here in the first half.
4th and a short 2. 4 in the secondary. It's Cox, rather Battle, who is taking it. And Battle is brought down by Howard. They get the first down. He burrows his way to the 36, a gain of 3. They'll move the chains.
This is what you like about Todd Haley in this offense. You know he's very creative, and you know he's very aggressive. I think going forward on 4th down shows that. But it was just 3 weeks ago when he fired Chan Gailey and installed an entirely new offense, so there will be some growing pains along the way.
It is the 10th play of the drive, 1st and 10 from the 36. Tight end Ryan is in motion. Cox, the fullback, will lead the way for Larry Johnson. Oh, look at the quick slashing move. And he's down to the 25-yard line. Brought down by the linebacker, Thomas Howard. That's a gain of 9. They needed him to run well, and he is running well for the Chiefs.
Brandon Alpert, the left tackle. Brian Waters, the left guard, getting movement. They get Warren on the ground. You cut down that 3-technique defensive tackle, allows him to get to the 2nd level.
No huddle, 2nd and 1. Castle with the quarterback keeper, and he just backpedals his way into the front of that line and picks up 2 on the play. Little no huddle, and he wants the first down. How about that?
Look at Matt Castle. How about that? You know, he talked about bringing that kind of leadership to this football team and talked about the things he learned from Tom Brady and from Bill Belichick and trying to bring those things over to this team. And boy, is he fired up. Look at the reaction. And the crowd here at Arrowhead responded in a positive way.
Seymour playing the right defensive end. They brought in the rookie once again, Bryant on the defensive line for the Raiders. 1st and 10. Cox the fullback. Wade in motion. He had a big catch on this drive. Castle. Caught Wade. Ricky Brown touches him at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 5 in the play. Wade trying to pick up these plays in mid-stride.
Now, Wade is one of those guys that can catch the ball on the move. I think he fits in well with his wide receiving core. They need a guy who can work the slot in the underneath coverage. And so you can see him making a really good catch on the end of the defense.
Wide receiver's been a problem here.
Oh, yeah, and they need some guys who can step up. And notice, there's someone starting each and every week, depending on how well you practice.
4 in the secondary, 2nd down and 5. Ryan the tight end in motion. Larry Johnson. Cox with the block. And a good one by the fullback. And he's brought down by Kirk Morrison. A sweet drive by the Chiefs. Down to the 13. 7-yard gain by Larry Johnson. 7, and 9-yard gains on this drive.
This time, look at the delayed draw right there. And you got to give credit to the right guard, Mike Goff, and the right tackle, Ikechukwu Ndukwe. They opened up a really nice hole on the right side. And how about that? Working the hook on phonics, right?
Yeah, I love that. You sound terrific. 14th play of the drive, 1st and 10. Wade in motion. Larry Johnson caught with another block, and he's gobbled up inside by Gerard Ward after a 1-yard gain to about the 12-yard line. Wade had the big play on this drive, a 16-yard catch. They've converted 3rd down. They converted a 4th down. They've moved the ball well.
And it is primarily the running game, including Matt Castle on the quarterback keeper, but 9 run plays, 5 pass plays. So real good balance. It's something that Todd Haley talked about. We've got to not only get the ball to Larry Johnson early, but we've got to stick with it as the game goes on.
Seymour, Warren, Bryant, almost the defensive line. 4 in the secondary, 2nd down and 9. Waters with the block. Incomplete for Jake O'Connell, the rookie out of Miami of Ohio. We have the safety, Tyvon Branch, making his 2nd career start today. Incomplete pass.
This ball had to be thrown high because watch the underneath coverage. And if you throw this one too low, then it's going to be intercepted. So you got to put air under it, and you just have to get to the spot. If you're the tight end, Jake O'Connell, you got to get deeper into the end zone to be able to make that catch.
In the secondary, Johnson, Branch, Huff, Asamoah. 3rd and 9. Nothing to Bo yet. Jackie Battle at the side of the quarterback. You see the allotment of receivers, including Ingram, who's in motion. Battle of block. Bobby Wade slashing to the 5. And brought down on the play by Stanford Rout. Gain of 8. 3rd and 9. It's 4th and 1 at the Raider 5.
Sean Ryan, number 89, clears out. Wade comes underneath. We told you he was the slot receiver who could work the underneath coverage. He's got to be able to make those catches in tight coverage. And boy, did they land something when they picked him up off waivers after he was released by the Minnesota Vikings.
Wade made catches of 5 yards, 8 yards, and 16 yards on that drive. Here comes Suckup, 23-yard try. Holding will be Dustin Colquitt. And for the lead. They got it. An early statement made by Kansas City's offense.
And how about the leadership provided by Matt Castle, making plays on that drive, finding the open receivers, and Larry Johnson getting in on the act. 7 carries, 34 yards. So the running game mixed in with the pass game. Excellent balance right now for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And Bobby Wade was outstanding.
He really was. He's the go-to guy right now for Matt Castle.
Oh, they got the onside kick. Will it go long enough? Leggett got it, then lost it as it was airborne and knocked out of bounds. On the onside kick, you see the ensuing discussion. The Raiders will have it at the Kansas City 40-yard line.
Hey, Leggett had the ball, except when he landed on the ground, the ball came loose. It was jarred loose. He went up for it in excellent fashion.
I don't know if his feet would have been in bounds.
Let's see if he's able to come down in bounds with it, but here's the patience. He has the ball, and they up-end him. I think he had 1 foot in, but
Sam
when his back
Williams
hit the ground, the ball came out.
Here's Leggett, who started last week for the injured Flowers at cornerback. Kansas City's defense is back out there.
Talk about aggressive play calling. How about that? The onside kick That call by Todd Haley.
So the Raiders will have it first down and 10 yards to go. Starters out there for the Chiefs defensively, and you see the Raiders break huddle with their two rookie receivers off to the side. McFadden and O'Neal in the eye. Now McFadden becomes the third receiver. Means the linebacker's got the slot guy across the way. The fullback O'Neal. Mike Vrabel brings him down after no gain on the play. Second down and 10. And a look at Tom Cable.
Yeah, prior to that play, the Raiders 6 offensive plays, only 5 yards, have yet to get a first down.
4 in the secondary, second and 10. Green the block, high for McFadden, bad pass by Russell.
Once again, we see the inaccuracies from Jamarcus Russell. He's got to be more consistent at putting the ball on his receiver and allowing him to not only make the catch, but make the catch and make a move. He's going to get a blocker out in front, but that pass there, it just really negated the athletic ability of Darren McFadden. Got to get him the ball in space where he can make a move and get positive yards.
Russell's 0 of 5 so far.
Yeah, and he's had receivers who have been open.
40-yard line, third down and 10. Chiefs will have the nickel. Leggett is out there. Garrett Johnson and Beisel come in as the nickel linebackers. Timeout taken by Russell. These are not difficult throws for Jamarcus Russell.
No, and Coach Cable is calling plays that really would, I think, allow Jamarcus Russell to have some easy completions to keep the offense on schedule. Now they're looking at a third and long when they really should be looking at a 3rd and 4, something that would allow him to pick up an easy first down.
Watkins is the third receiver. McGee is on the defensive line with Jackson. 5 in the secondary, 3rd and 10. Will Brown blitz? Here he comes. Oh, what a play! Coming through, Derek Johnson. A sack this week, an interception last week. He's been demoted to the second team. The former starter just throws Russell for a loss of 7.
Watch Mike Brown drop in the box. That's what allows Derek Johnson to come through, because the back Bush picks up the safety, allows the linebacker to come through scot-free. He really had to pick his poison. You can only block one guy. If you pick up number 30, Mike Brown, you allow the linebacker to come away with the sack.
Third consecutive 3-and-out for the Raiders. Leckler to punt. He's had punts of 70 and 66 yards today. Wade is back. Well placed into the end zone. In time of just under 5 seconds on the play. That's a 47-yarder.
And now the onside kick. The Kansas City Chiefs and Todd Haley making that call. They were able to dodge a bullet because the defense came through for Kansas City. They'll end up with the ball. Pretty decent field position.
Johnson is in the backfield with Castle on first down and 10. And they blow that dead in mid-motion. Ball start.
Ball start. Number 79, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Walt Anderson is our referee today. Worked Super Bowl 35 as a line judge. 2 conference championship games. About as accomplished a guy as you're going to want to find in that position in the NFL.
Mike Goff was the right guard. He was pulling on that play and jumped the gun just prior to the snap.
Anything noticeable with the way that Castle's moving around with that gimpy left knee?
I think Castle looks pretty good. I think the protection has been spotty. I think if they can shore up the protection up the middle and keep them clean, I think he'll get hot and get into rhythm.
4 in the secondary, 1st and 15. Now he's on the move. Oh, what a block thrown by Bo. Tackle made by Hiram Eugene. That's a 7-yard scramble. That's what Todd Haley wants from his receivers to block.
Keep your head on a swivel. If you're Thomas Howard, number 53, watch Dwayne Bowe. This is that peelback block. It's legal because he goes to the shoulder. It's a point of emphasis, but see the block? He leads with his shoulder to the shoulder of Thomas Howard.
Starting defensive line out there for the Raiders. Still the foursome in the secondary. 2nd down and 9. That's the tight end, the rookie O'Connell. Larry Johnson in the backfield. Oh, that will take us to the conclusion of the first quarter. Starting the second quarter, 2nd down and 9. Chiefs have held it for almost 12 minutes of the game. Only 3 minutes of offensive possession time for the Raiders. Larry Johnson. Albert tries to throw a block. The ball's loose on the play. I don't know that he hit the ground. Branch picks it up. Did they blow the whistle dead? They must have. The ball is dead. No gain by Larry Johnson on the play as they gang up on him.
Turnovers are the great equalizer. If you're Larry Johnson, you've got to protect the ball. Right now, you got good momentum going on offense. And that ball comes out, but I think he was down. He had hit the ground before that ball scored it free. 5
in the secondary. Ellis, Kelly, Seymour, Scott on the defensive line. Extra receiver is Ingram. Here comes Ellis. There goes Castle. Shot put to Dantrell Savage. Has the first down, brought down by Asamoah. He's up to the 33 and he picks up 11 on 3rd and 9.
You got to love what you're seeing from Matt Castle. I can tell you right now, he's playing with a great deal of poise, yet to be 100%. Playing with some rust, but watch this. The ad-lib, the ability to move in the pocket and then flip this ball loose to Savage. So his pocket presence so far in this game is really paying off, Kevin.
Seymour will leave. Savage will also leave for Kansas City. So Bryant takes the place of Seymour on the line. They go back to 4 in the secondary. 1st and 10. Larry Johnson in the backfield. Tight end, O'Connell, bottom of your screen. Larry Johnson. Stacked up, brought down. Tommy Kelly gets him. A gain of a yard for Larry Johnson. 2nd and 9. Larry great play. Larry Johnson is devoured by the oncoming linebacker, Thomas Howard. Loss on the play of 6 yards back to the 28-yard line.
Oh, sometimes you've got to blitz in order to stop the run. And watch, you see it right here. Coming downhill, getting up the field, and beating the pulling guard, Brian Waters, who said, I never really had a chance to get to him because he came downhill so fast and so quick. The speed of the Raiders linebackers paying off on that play.
3rd and 15. They need the 43. Seymour back in on the defensive line. Savage in motion as they empty the backfield. The nickel secondary. Savage. Look at this. Brought down by Morrison, shy of the first down to the 38. Gain of 10 earlier on that drive. Savage had an 11-yard pass reception, and the Chiefs have got to punt the ball.
I like the creativity we're seeing by some of the plays called by Todd Haley. It's allowing him to get the ball into the hands of his playmakers. We've seen a couple of wide runs, a couple of reverses, some things that have kept this Raiders defense off balance.
6 plays punt. Here comes Dustin Colquitt. Number 1 net punter after week 1 in the NFL. Deep back Hiram Eugene inside the 15. Long snap by Gafford. Time of 3-7. Oh, it was kicked. You see it roll down to about the 11-yard line. Raiders have got it. Alston jumps on it. Solomon I got 3 consecutive 3-and-outs for the Raiders.
Yeah, and Jamarcus Russell has to improve. He's got to be able to hit the open guy, but I think they've got to really shy away from him and go back to the running game. That's their bread and butter. They've got to run the ball better.
Edwards, the new nose guard in there for Kansas City. This is Bush on 1st and 10. He's brought down by Demario Williams along with Glenn Dorsey on the line. O'Neal is coming as a fullback, 2nd down and 4. Then Ron Edwards, the new nose guard for the Chiefs. Normal rotation. Bush, Williams, go! And it looks like Jackson may have popped that ball free, the rookie out of LSU. And as they dig it out, it's a gain of 1 by Bush as it stands right now. It will stay that way. It'll be 3rd down.
Wow.
Wow is right.
We talked about Tom Cable and the Raiders sticking with the run game. It's got to be their bread and butter, but you got to be able to trust your ball carriers with the football. You see that ball
was close,
being stripped and ripped out. I think it fell right back to him, right back into his hands.
Tank Tyler's going to come back on that defensive line for the Chiefs. They got the nickel secondary. It's 3rd down and 4. McFadden, the running back, becomes a receiver to the bottom of your screen. Russell calls timeout. He saw something he didn't like, and they burn their 2nd timeout. We're in the barbecue capital of North America, maybe the world, Kansas City. Timeout moments ago by the Raiders. 3rd and 4. 5 in the secondary for the Chiefs. Leggett is the extra down. You see the allotment of receivers. McFadden at the side of the quarterback, Russell. He's whacked as he throws. It's caught by Lewis Murphy, breaking a tackle of Flowers. They get the 1st down. Out of bounds. That's a gain of 8. This kid caught a touchdown pass last week against San Diego. First completion to a receiver and a first down.
Pressure is on Jamarcus Russell. He stands in there and fires one. What a strike to Louis Murphy, who really does a good job of coming back to the ball, maintaining balance, getting hit after the catch, and then creating yards to pick up the first down. Much better looking play by the Raiders on that third down sequence.
Their first down of the game. O'Neal is a fullback, 4 in the secondary for the Chiefs. 1st and 10. Fake to Bush. Good block by O'Neal. And a nice catch by the rookie, his first in the NFL. Hayward Bay, the kid out of Maryland, first-round pick, 19-yard pickup.
These young wide receivers, Louis Murphy and now Darius Hayward Bay, they have a little competition going on. You see the play action and then a strike. Much more accurate throw from Jamarcus Russell. And Hayward Bay, how about him going over the middle? A lot of people have criticized the draft pick. I think he's an excellent player, and I think he's going to be a fine player for the Oakland Raiders. He's got good speed, and you saw the pair of hands and the willingness to go over the middle.
He beat Flowers. 1st and 10. Pitch out to Bush. There's a block by Zach Miller. Michael Bush out of Louisville. Trudging his way and brought down by Jackson at midfield. 2nd down and 2. Thank you very much. Michael Bush wrapped up by Jackson among others, and no gain on the play. 3rd down and 2 coming up.
The Oakland Raiders, we saw them on the last couple of throws where the protection's been there, the accuracy has been there, and much like the game against San Diego where Jamarcus Russell gets off to a slow start in terms of his accuracy, starting to get better here on this possession. Now facing a 3rd and 2. Probably going to see him run the ball. They're going to spread him out. Michael Bush has been much more effective running the ball on this possession.
7th play of the drive. Leggett is the extra defensive back. 3rd down and 2. Watkins is the 3rd receiver. Henderson with the block on the side for Murphy. Nice to throw. There's the flag, and it goes on Flowers as they were jousting down the way. Or was it on Murphy, the rookie? Nope, it's going to be on Flowers, who they have picked on this drive.
Yeah, I don't know that this is pass interference, because as Murphy tried to come back to it, I think really if there's any sin on Flowers' part, he didn't turn around to find the football. But I don't know if the ball was thrown over the top enough where Murphy could have gotten it. I think you've got to let him play football there.
Just maybe an incompletion, huh? Let's see what they say.
There is no foul for defensive pass interference against number 24. However, there is illegal contact, number 39, on the defense while the quarterback was in the pocket and before the pass was thrown. 5-yard penalty and a first down.
Oh, that was on Brandon Carr.
You saw Brandon Carr on the opposite side of the field. So the flag was thrown near Flowers. They're going to pick that one up. Then they're going to give a first down to the Raiders because they say Brandon Carr had illegal contact with his receiver more than 5 yards down the football field.
All we've had is a 23-yard field goal by the Chiefs, who had over 11 minutes and 40 seconds of possession time in the first quarter. As you take a look at the numbers on Carr.
Carr's a young player. They have young corners. Brandon Carr, Brandon Flowers, I think are really good football players, but they're growing.
McFadden is in there, starting defense in for the Chiefs. McFadden, good block by the fullback O'Neal, but he's brought down on the play. He was hit by Flowers. It's a gain of a yard. He's down to the 44-yard line.
Boy, that time, you got to love the penetration by Tank Tyler. He's a guy that's actually getting some penetration. They're playing much better in terms of their run defense this week. 2nd down and 9. McFadden on the move.
Gallery the block. Screen pass to Bush. Blockers ahead, including Gallery with a beauty. A catch and run to the 27-yard line by Bush. 17-yard pickup. He had an 8-yard run earlier. Carr makes the stop. Good block by Gallery.
And wonderful execution. Watch the wave of red jerseys come pouring in, and then Bush is able to slip past the wave of rushers, and then he's able to make this catch. They did a really good job of tackling him on the back end, but Gallery getting out in front on the screen play to Bush.
McFadden will be in the backfield, the breather, the former Louisville Cardinal. You see the allotment of receivers now at Watkins in the slot. Nickel secondary. Henderson, the left tackle, with the block to the end zone. He's got his receiver, and he just leads him a little bit too much. And the rookie out of Florida, Louis Murphy, can't get it covered by the safety, the veteran from the Chicago Bears, Mike Brown. Yep, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown was there, but I will tell you this: the receiver was there. You've got to put the ball on the receiver. You're Jamarcus Russell. Give Murphy a chance to make this catch. He had gotten beyond the safety, Mike Brown, who I believe was beaten on the play. You've got to give him a chance to catch the football.
Edwards playing the nose. And Dorsey on the line with him. The nickel, 2nd and 10. Watkins is still in the slot. McFadden is still in the backfield. Good block by Green on the right side. Again going to the end zone, looking for Hayward Bay. Coverage by Carr. Caught it out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Great coverage by Carr. And if you're Hayward Bay, you've got to learn that you don't want to stem that route so close to the sideline because Carr just pushes him out. He makes the catch, but he's outside the field of play. So you got to be able to stay in the hash area as you're stemming that route towards the end zone. So it's really good coverage by Carr, pressuring Hayward Bay out of bounds.
Edwards comes out. Dorsey comes out of the defensive line. Now 2 rookies in there, McKee and Jackson. Tight end at the side of Russell along with McFadden. 3rd and 10. Leggett is the nickelback. Blocked by McFadden. It's a beauty. Look at the time. It's McFadden. And he runs down to about the 17. A catch and run of 9, close to a first down.
And could have been more if you don't get the tackle from Jared Page in space on Darren McFadden.
Page makes the stop. Flag is in. A lot of interesting plays on this drive. A 17-yard catch and run by Bush. Hayward Bay, a 19-yard reception. Those are the big plays on this drive for the Raiders, who began this drive back inside their 25.
Well, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with this flag and what is the penalty and who is it on. First, they want to measure it so they could see how they're going to apply the penalty.
They got the first down with the yardage right there.
Illegal motion, number 18 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd down.
2nd penalty on the Raiders. The rookie Murphy, who played at Florida, picks it up.
Movement before the snap of the ball, and lots of growing pains for both coaches on both football teams.
Yeah, but Russell is settling down, though, don't you think?
Yeah, he's settling down. He still had the overthrow of Murphy on the play-action pass, play deep, so he's still inconsistent with the ball. So both teams, at least on the offensive side, are experiencing growing pains for different reasons.
Javon Walker has come in. He'll be atop your screen. In the slot, Watkins. Near side, Murphy. McFadden and Zach Miller in the backfield. 3rd and 15. They need the 17-yard line. McFadden. There's a block in there by Carlisle. Gain of about a yard. Beisel comes in with the stop. Gain of 2. 4th down, they're going to try for 3. Here comes Sebastian Janikowski.
It's good defense. Let's feel it. Let's hear it.
Beisel, 52. "48-yard try by Janikowski. Long drive by the Raiders, their best of the day. They had the 17-yard catch and run by Bush. 19-yard pass to Hayward Bay. Gets to tie it up, and he does.
This offense could get going. Good mix of run and pass by the Raiders.
Janikowski, one of the best in the business with these long kickoffs, driving Dantrell Savage deep back. He'll leave it in the end zone. Chiefs are going to begin on their 21st down and 10. Yep, it's been that kind of rivalry. 50 years. These 2 original AFL teams. They've got Seymour playing the left defensive end right now on the defensive line. Castle, who is 6 of 10, has deployed his receivers. 1st and 10. Battle at his side. Going deep for the tight end, O'Connell. Stride for stride with him. Nichols secondary, 2nd down and 10. Battle still at the side, and he gets the call. Not by Seymour. Good block by Albert. Upended by Huff, and he tumbles ahead to the 32, picks up a first down, 12-yard run by Jackie Battle.
A nifty running to make guys miss. Here are the quarterbacks they've drafted. and none really stand out as guys who really made a name for themselves. Todd Blackledge was one in '83, but boy, Brody Croyle, second-round pick in 2006. None of the guys they've drafted at that position have been able to stick and carry the franchise.
Still the 5 defensive backs. Ingram is the extra receiver, 1st and 10. 1 timeout remaining for Kansas City. Larry Johnson was in. And they are going with an incomplete pass to Wade, covered by Chris Johnson. Wade was a starter last couple years with Minnesota.
Yeah, Bobby Wade seems to be the guy that Matt Castle already feels very comfortable with, working the slot and being able to run those option routes, much like a Wes Welker did in New England. So that's the role that he's playing in this offense.
They want the yards after catch like Castle had in New England.
Absolutely. Make the catch first, and then let's do something with it.
Still 5 in the secondary, 2nd down and 10. Walked by Ndukwe, now they get by him. The rookie, Shaughnessy, coming in. He's a rookie out of Wisconsin. He buries Castle, incomplete pass.
You know, Castle kind of lost his way there. He had shown really good pocket presence, but he walked into this one. See, he tried to step over to his right side where Ndukwe had Shaughnessy blocked, but then the way that he moved out of the pocket, I think he lost awareness of where the defender was.
Kelly leaves on the defensive line. Scott will come in, joining Seymour and Warren. Ball will be at the 32. Ingram is the 3rd with Bo and Wade.
Let's see if the protection can hold up.
Battle in the backfield against the nickel is Matt Castle. To Bo. Good block by Wade. Flag is thrown. Initially hit by Morrison, and corkscrews his way. Or he is hit by Morrison along with Thomas Howard. It's an 8-yard pickup as it stands right now.
Dwayne Bowe has a big body. Boy, was he bouncing off Raider defenders, really working hard to try to pick up that 1st down, showing he can be a physical football player.
Bowe was demoted in training camp.
Yeah, but he responded, and we talked to Todd Haley about it. He said, you know, just like everyone else, that you have to earn your spot, and Dwayne Bowe has finally gotten the message.
Still discussing. And they've done that with Derek Johnson as well. I mean, the message from Todd Haley is perform and perform every day, not just in games.
There's no sense of entitlement with these players with Todd Haley.
There is no foul for offensive pass interference. The contact by the receiver was at the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down.
4th down, they got a couple to go, and they're going to punt.
So you want to play wide receiver in the National Football League, you've got to be a physical player. Watch Bo. He's going to get hit, but he refuses to go down. Upended there, bounce off another defender, takes on even more hits trying to hit that 1st down mark.
Sean Ryan initially gave him a nice block here on the near side. So they got a punt. Dustin Colquitt. He'll punt it away. Deep back, Hiram Eugene. Johnny LaHiggins out with the shoulder. Great hang time. Fair catch, 20-yard line hang time of 5.16, 41-yard well-placed punt by Dustin Colquitt. We're going to see Jamarcus coming out. 2 timeouts, or rather 2 tight ends in there for Russell. He's got 1 timeout remaining, 1st and 10. This is McFadden around a Zach Miller block, the tight end. It is a gain of 5, and he's to the 24.
Yeah, if you're the Raiders, you had to come into this game believing you could run the ball based off what the Ravens did. And then if you pulled out the film from last year in week 2, right here, McFadden had 164 yards rushing at Arrowhead Stadium against this Chiefs defense. So if you're Tom Cable, you've got to be able to dial up more run plays, see if you can somehow wear down the Chiefs defense.
Edwards playing the nose. 2nd down and 5. Oh, it's almost intercepted by Flowers on a pass intended for the rookie Hayward Bay.
And this is why I think you got to keep the ball on the ground. Hayward Bay slipped and fell down. Flowers had a chance to make a play on the ball. You get a chance to make this play, you've got to seal the deal. You've got to be able to make that catch, and if he catches it, he's walking into the end zone for a touchdown.
Flowers picked off Favre last year when he played for the Jets. Favre threw it to that guy right there, and he raced 91 yards for a touchdown a season ago. Now they got Watkins as the 3rd receiver. It'll be 3rd down and 5. The nickel is out there, and that is Leggett. McFadden at the side of Russell. Blocked by Henderson. Dropped by the thrown in back of the receiver Louis Murphy. It was on him along with Mike Brown. They got a punt.
Murphy's open, and Murphy wants to make a play. This ball's just thrown behind him. Watch as he comes across wide open. See how he has to reach behind him and make that catch? Easy to put this one out in front. There was no defender in front of him. You have to be able to make that throw and hit Louis Murphy. He said, what happened? If you're throwing it behind me, it's going to be difficult to catch.
Fourth, 3 and out for the Raiders in 5 possessions. Leckler to punt. Deep back will be Wade. On the 22, hang time of 4-8 as he dances around and finally brought down in the play by the reserve tight end Stewart. 53-yard punt, 6-yard return.
Well, I think if you're Kansas City, you got to be pleased with the way your defense is playing, the way they're forcing so many 3 and outs for the Oakland Raiders, and the way you're really are able to stuff their run game. And now if you're Matt Castle, you've got to get going. I think you've got to also be impressed with the way Matt has handled the offense. 5 in the secondary, 1st and 10. Castle loops it to Larry Johnson. Tailed across the way by Howard. Has the first down to the 40. Picks up 11 yards. Todd Haley is always talking about situational football. Here, as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first half, you got to get your quarterback going. Give him some easy completions. And how about Larry Johnson catching the ball out of the backfield and moving the chains? But this is where you got to go on the attack and try to put some points on the board before time expires in the first half.
They got Ellis, Kelly, Warren, Seymour playing on the right side. 1st and 10. Larry Johnson and Duke with the pulling block. Tackle made by Morrison. Raiders have punted 4 of their 5 possessions. The Chiefs have punted 3 of their 4 possessions. The numbers on Castle. 2nd down and 5. 1 timeout remaining for each team. Wade in motion. Savage at the side of Castle. Into the nickel. Savage. Hit by Morrison. Shy of the first down. Picks up 4 to the 49.
And now you're going to go with, well, there's going to be a flag down now. And
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, number 61, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Rod Warren grabbing the face mask. And this is where the undisciplined nature of the Raiders really cost them in ball games. And that's something that Tom Cable has been really working hard on to try to avoid.
But only their 3rd penalty in the first half.
Yeah, but this is one that you got to see. He's coming in late here. Now there's just no call for that.
They got a nickel secondary right now. Savage at the side of Castle. Wade at the top of your screen. 1st and 10. Here comes Scott. There goes Castle. Flag is thrown. Out of bounds. Morrison chases him out of play. Looks like he's got the first down to the 25. A scramble of 11 yards. But flag is in.
Holding, number 76, offense. 10-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Albert.
The left tackle, Brandon Albert. He's saying, how did I hold on that one? I got to tell you, though, Castle's doing a really good job of having some sense of awareness in the pocket and is able to get out of there before the pass rush can get to him. He's not taking many hits, and this defensive line is bringing some heat.
We always talk about the legs of a quarterback.
They're really important, and we talked about it with Matt Castle, because you need strong legs in order to just, to stay healthy, but to be able to drive the ball down the field with velocity and accuracy. It all starts with the lower body of the quarterback.
5 deployed, 1st and 20. Blocked by Ndukwe.
Plenty of time.
And he's got his receiver dropped. Ingram. 30-yard line coverage by a former first-round pick out of Texas, Michael Huff.
Ingram had a chance to make that catch, and even though he gets hit while he's in the air by Huff, he's still got to be able to make the catch. Now look at the protection, the ability to move around in the pocket. He's got a good sense and vision down the field, and that's where he finds Ingram. And it was actually Bo who brought Huff into the coverage, because Huff was covering Bo and came over and made the hit on Ingram.
2nd down and 20. Still the nickel secondary for the Oakland Raiders. Savage. Good block by Ndukwe. Morrison makes the stop. Gain of 11 to the 35. Still shy of the first down by about 8 yards. Clock continues to tick. The Chiefs have one timeout.
Right now, you get the sense that Matt Castle is getting into rhythm. He's got good vision down the field as he sticks this one into the belly of the runner, Savage. Savage is trying to make as many guys miss as possible, but you get the sense that Castle is getting good protection. He's starting to keep his vision down the field and getting in good rhythm in the offense that they're probably just a hair away from being able to make a play.
Seymour not in right now. 3rd down and 9. 5 in the secondary. Dupree the block. Pocket crumbles. He gets away on the run. And knocked out of bounds by Tyvon Branch, the safety, but he's got the first down. And very close to it. We'll see where they spot the ball.
And he's moving really well. Yeah, he's got the injured knee. He's wearing a brace on it. But we told you he's had good pocket awareness. He can feel the pocket collapsing around us. See his ability to step up in the pocket. And now he knows he's got to get out of there and take off, picking up the first down. So
well,
Matt Castle's doing a really fine job.
8-yard pickup, and they're going to bring the chains. Let's see if they do.
It's going to be close.
Yep. They're going to bring him across. You know, we talked with Peyton Manning, you and I did last week when we did their game, about quarterback legs and the importance of footwork. And what did Parcells tell Peyton Manning about a quarterback and the strength of his legs?
He told him you got to take care of your legs because your ability to stay in the game and to be able to make plays in the pocket, moving around, maintain a throwing position, it all starts with your leg strength. And it's something that Peyton Manning says, hey, you know, I kind of had always known it, but now, you know, hearing it from Parcells, it was a real strong reminder.
Of course, a lot of money being paid to Castle. Second-round draft choice sent to New England. There is a lot of pressure on this kid. He becomes suddenly the face of the organization.
And a lot of questions as to whether or not he was a one-year wonder. How much of it was in the environment, playing for Belichick and playing for that great Patriots team. How much of it was the team? How much of it was Matt Castle? But if you talk to Scott Pioli, the team's general manager, he'll tell you that he learned a lot from Tom Brady, he learned a lot from Bill Belichick, and that those are the skills and the talents that can carry over to this football team. I can tell you what, we've seen it so far here today. He's providing good energy, good leadership in the huddle, and while he's learning this offense on the fly, he's able to help his teammates to play better.
They're short, 4th and inches. Seymour back in. Timeout. Raiders. Larry Johnson takes the place of battle. 4th and inches. A Raider timeout moments ago, and 2 tight ends for Kansas City. Cox the lead back. Larry Johnson. Big hole. Finds his way for the first down. He's inside the 25. He was hit by Howard and banged by Morrison and picks up 2 and don't move the chain.
This is what Larry Johnson brings to the party. His ability to hammer it in. Now the Chiefs are going no huddle.
They've got 1 timeout. So on 1st and 10, incomplete. Looking for the fullback, Cox, who is lined up as the slot receiver.
Castle knows he allowed that one to get away from him. Did not set his feet. Therefore, he was very inaccurate on the throw. He hurried himself trying to get the ball over to his tight end.
Big play on this drive as you take a look at Suckup. He's already kicked a 23-yard field goal today. Larry Johnson had a catch and run of 11 yards on this drive. Aside from that, just a lot of 4-yard, 5-yard gains. Ninth play of the drive coming up. They started back on their 29.
I think you've got to be able to isolate someone in man-to-man coverage. You've got to take a shot at the end zone.
Nickel is in. Savage at the side of Castle. There's a bad pass to the near side. They had the linebacker Howard on the running back. Savage, it's 3rd and 10.
Now watch him. He doesn't step to the throw. You've got to step there, and even though he stepped in that direction, he hurried his throw. That ball went right into the ground.
Illegal hands to the face, number 37, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
But a penalty bails out the Chiefs.
Wow.
It's on Chris Johnson, the corner.
Wow, we talked about the lack of discipline. The untimely penalties, if there ever was a good time for a penalty, certainly. It's hurting Tom Cable's group because they could have been out of this possession a long time ago. We saw a penalty earlier on Gerard Warren and now on Chris Johnson.
3 of Oakland's 4 penalties on their defense today. 1st and 10, Johnson in the backfield. Couple tight ends out there for the Chiefs. 4 in the secondary, 5 in the secondary for the Raiders. That is caught. And Bo grabbed by Hiram Eugene down to about the 9. In a congested area, Bo just picked up 10 yards, giving the Chiefs first and goal at the 9. They're out of timeouts. Clock at 14 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, I think if you're out of timeouts, that means you're probably not going to get a run play because you won't be able to stop the clock before you can get your kicker on the field. So if you're going to throw it, you want to take a shot inside the end zone.
Nickel secondary. Seymour is on the line playing the tackle. First and goal at the 9. Savage at the side of Kessler. Goff with the block. Caught. Savage.
The clock is ticking.
Asamoah got him. There's no timeouts to stop
bounds.
it. They had to, and they didn't. It's a gain of a yard.
Gonna cost them.
Asamoah with a nice play. Both teams come in 0-1. Raiders have won 2 consecutive games here at Arrowhead. A look at Larry Johnson, who's been fairly quiet in the first half. Quiet last week in Baltimore. Our quarterbacks today. Janikowski's got the ball teed up on the 30-yard line. Dantrell Savage is back inside the 5. Savage out of Oklahoma State led the Cowboys in rushing as a senior. Not only good distance for Janikowski, but also great hang time on his kickoffs, and our second half is underway. Savage will leave it in the end zone. So first and 10, what do you think Haley told his team at halftime?
I think he told them, hey guys, we have some opportunities to put this game away. Let's go out and get this possession in the second half, and let's go ahead and put some points on the board. He wants consistency up front with the offensive line. Too many penalties, too much movement taking away positive plays. I think he's really pleased with what he's seen from Matt Castle. He just wants more of the same here in the second half.
Ellis, Kelly, Bryant, Seymour on the defensive line for the Raiders. Larry Johnson in the backfield. First and 10 on the touchback to the 20. Cox is not in there. They got the tight end O'Connell. And to the air. That's a catch made by Wade. Flag is down. Hiram Eugene makes the grab. 32-yard line, gain of 12 as it stands right now.
An eligible player downfield, number 60 in the offense. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
And Dukeway, right tackle.
And this is exactly what we talked about. And I'm sure Todd Haley told his team at halftime, hey, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We're making some positive plays, but it's penalties like this that we've seen in the first half, particularly on the offensive linemen, that have taken away positive plays.
So now first and 15. Bo will be atop your screen. O'Connell will be at the bottom, the tight end in the slot. Will be Wade. Cox back there with Johnson. Kelly has got Larry Johnson and then hit by the linebacker Ricky Brown. Gain of 6 to the 20-yard line.
In Dukeway, the right tackle who had the penalty on the other play. Now look at him here. Turn this out, creating a soft hole right there off the right edge of that Oakland Raiders defense. So doing a good job making up for the previous penalty.
Mike Mitchell is coming as an extra defensive back. He is a rookie. He's out there with Rout and Huff, Asamoah, Chris Johnson. Second down 9. Ingram is coming as an extra receiver. Caught by Wade. Rout makes the stop. Gain of 12. That is a first down.
And we told you just at the end of the first half, we thought that Matt Castle was starting to get into fine rhythm with his wide receivers. And watch this one here. He's just going to come hook up. And this is where Wade, I think, is just a huge, get for this offense to be able to join this offense and have a real good sense of route running where the holes are in the defense. That's what he brings to this football team.
Haley coached Wade with Chicago in 03. Offset eye, first and 10. Larry Johnson pulling his waters. Chris Johnson forces out Larry Johnson. Good looking run, about 10 yards up to the 43-yard line. Close to a first down. Well, a lot of punting in the first half here between the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Look at the first half possessions. Off to a slow start with a punt, then a field goal, a few more punts. They should have had more points on that final possession where they had 10 plays, 63 yards, but nothing to show for it.
So the Chiefs on this drive have gotten a 12-yard pass to Wade, a 10-yard first down run right there by Larry Johnson. First and 10. LJ again. There's a block by the tight end O'Connell. Then he's brought down by Ricky Brown. Cox, the fullback, loses his helmet. It's a gain of a yard to the 44.
How about Richard Seymour caving in that side of the offensive line? Boy, is he a presence. He has the ability to just dominate games, to wreck the double team on him. Even two guys can't block him at times.
And run defense was a huge issue for the Raiders.
It was a huge issue where they ranked 31st in the National Football League 1 year ago, and from the time he showed up week 1 against San Diego, they have improved in that area.
Savage is in, second down long, 8 out there. Albert leading the way. Gantrell Savage hit by Ricky Brown. Down after a gain of 5 on the catch and run. He's just inside Raiders territory to the 49-yard line.
And did you see Seymour running on the play? Watch, yeah, you're going to get Ricky Brown coming up, but watch Seymour in chase, forcing him over to the linebacker.
He'll be 30 in October, will Richard Seymour.
He can still play. I think he'll make even more plays as part of a 4-man down line as opposed to a 3-man defensive front when he played in New England.
You saw Trevor Scott, 3rd down and 2. Savage remains the allotment of receivers. Here comes Ellis. Good block by Albert. That's intercepted by Michael Huff. He picked one off last week against San Diego. Gets this one, the first turnover for the Chiefs. The former Thorpe Award winner from the Texas Longhorns has just picked off Matt Castle. Huff had played 3 years, had 1 career pick. Here he's had 2 in 2 weeks. 49-yard line, first possession of the second half by the Raiders. First down and 10. Neal in the backfield with McFadden. McFadden, Neal the block. And then they collapse on him, brought down by Tank Tyler after a gain of a yard.
Take a look at our eye control, and Castle wants to hit his slot receiver here, and Huff is back there. He's going to break on it right away. And it is his ability to just break on this play and steal it right there. See it there? He sees the ball coming, steps right in front of it, and make a clean pick. It's up to Matt Castle to make the tackle. Castle doesn't shy away from contact. How about that?
Dorsey and Jackson are the ends. Nose guard is Tank Tyler. Second down 9. Nothing to Zach Miller yet. He hasn't caught a pass. It's McFadden. Miller offers a block. There was also a good block by Morgan. And he rumbles away into the grasp of Demario Williams after a gain of 8. He's down to the 40-yard line.
Right now, the Raiders looking to come out and capitalize off the turnover, running on the edges. Look at the block on Tamba Hali by Zach Miller. That allows them to seal the edge and get McFadden in his speed to the outside where he can gain positive yards.
McFadden is out, Bush is in. What a great combination. And Fargus inactive today, and he's healthy. He'll be in the lineup soon.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 1. Neal is coming as the fullback, couple tight ends, 3rd and 1. Bush pile drives for the first down. Tyler brings him down along with Corey Mays and a gain of 3. Move the change to the 37.
Orrin O'Neal, the fullback, he gets to the second level, isolates on the linebacker, and that's why Bush can pound it beyond the first down marker. And right now, this is the mentality of their play caller and head coach Tom Cable. They want to get physical now. You can see the concerted effort to pound the rock at the Chiefs defense.
I was just going to say that both Bush and McFadden really hit that hole hard.
Absolutely, on 2 consecutive plays. One off tackle, another one right up the gut.
Miller, the tight end, will be atop his screen as the 3rd receiver. Bush is in, 1st and 10. There's a block by Henderson to the end zone and looking for Murphy. Stride for stride with him was Brandon Flowers. 2nd down and 10.
Russell has to be able to put the ball in an area where Louis Murphy can at least make a play on the ball. This ball should have been thrown inside. Instead, it's thrown to the outside shoulder. The ball should be placed right in an area where he can make the catch. See, he already has, I think, inside leverage on the cornerback, but that ball is overthrown and thrown to the wrong shoulder of the intended receiver.
Huff sets up this possession with an interception of Castle. 2nd down and 10. Edwards now playing the nose guard for the Chiefs. Bush out by Gallery. Not much there because Glenn Dorsey comes over and makes the stop. It's a gain of about a yard.
Glenn Dorsey.
Spot him at the 36.
We get to call his name because excellent penetration by the 2nd-year player from
Monty Bison. The nickel back is Leggett. 3rd down and 9. You see the assortment of receivers. Watkins is in the slot. McFadden at the side of Russell. Green a block. Over the head of Hayward Bay. coverage by Flowers. 4th down.
He threw it right over to the receiver who was double covered. They had him bracketed between Flowers and Page, forced to really throw it out of bounds. I thought had he thrown it in any other fashion, it could have been intercepted. You have to go elsewhere with the ball. Find someone who's working in one-on-one coverage and avoid the double defenders.
Here's a 54-yard try by Janikowski. You see the numbers from 50-plus. His career long 57. Leckler the hold. Kondo the snap. And for the lead. Back that to Topeka. Warpaint was brought out of retirement. He was out here today. Janikowski just kicked a long field goal, and here is another long kickoff. His 3rd touchback today. He was number 2 in the NFL with 22 touchbacks a season ago. Janikowski just banged in a 54-yard field goal. Ensuing kickoff was in the end zone. Touchback to the 21st and 10. No Seymour on the line. Defensively for the Raiders. Johnson in the backfield for Castle. Outside to the fullback, Cox. Hiram Eugene was after him, then brought down by the fullback, or rather by the linebacker, Thomas Howard. It's a 17-yard catch and run. A flag has been thrown at the 37.
It's going to come back.
It sure is. Wiping out a 17-yard gain.
Illegal block in the back, number 80, offense. 10-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
It's on Bobby Wade trying to get in on the action. So just bad field position by Kansas City, and every time they make a play, we've seen it come back. Here's the catch. Watch Wade come in right there. That, in my mind, are you kidding me? And Matt Castle was so frustrated. He was like, I can't believe you threw the flag on that. It was barely a touch.
Bradley becomes a receiver at bottom of your screen. 1st and 4. Johnson in the backfield. And Dukeway the block, Waters the block, Larry Johnson. Sheds Thomas Howard. Gets a block in the play by Quentin Lawrence, and look at the run. The catch and run to the 47. Belted out of bounds by Brown and Johnson. 22-yard pickup, 1st down for the Chiefs.
Larry Johnson has shed about 10 pounds, and we didn't recognize him at practice the other day. But he said his quickness, his ability to be elusive, it has increased. I think we saw it on that play, the ability to make defenders miss in space. He had always been a one-track runner. If he was running straight ahead, you knew where he was going to be. His ability to start and stop, make defenders miss, that's a new part of his game.
Fullback Cox joins LJ in the backfield. 1st and 10. They mark him out at the 48 of Kansas City. Larry Johnson again, flag. Kelly makes the stop. He's to the 47 as it stands right now. The team collectively has lost 760 pounds.
Yeah, absolutely. That is amazing.
Holding, number 64, offense. 10-yard penalty. It's still 1st down.
Center Niswonger. It seems weird not to see number 88, Tony Gonzalez, out here for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's something that, look at the production over his time here in Kansas City, over 10,000 yards and over 900 receptions. Even Nnamdi Asomugha said, yeah, we're going to miss him. He said it got to the point every time you come to Kansas City, our entire game plan was about defending Tony Gonzalez.
Asomugha's out there with Route, Huff, who made the interception earlier, Branch, and Chris Johnson. So they have the nickel secondary back there. Battle in the backfield, and he gets the call. And stood up by Richardson out of Ohio State. Gained to about the 40-yard line, and he picks up 2, running right up the gut.
Kansas City racking up so many penalties. We talked about it, taking away so many positive plays. Only 3 penalties last week on the road at Baltimore. It's something Todd Haley was very pleased with his young football team. Felt they did a really good job of avoiding the penalties today. Boy, they've had a number of costly ones.
Now Ellis, Warren, and Trevor Scott come in on the defensive line. 2nd down, 18. Savage at the side of the quarterback, Castle. Dropped. Wade. Johnson covering at the 44.
He was fighting that one, and he was trying to run with it before he was able to haul it in. It's just something that they expect. 3 drops by today by Kansas City receivers. You could see he was just trying to run, maybe do a little bit too much with it too soon. Castle said, what do we got to do to gain some consistency here on this offense today.
Seymour has just checked in on the defensive line. Still the nickel. Savage at the side of Castle. 3rd and 18. They need the 42 of the Raiders.
You can't force the throw here.
Albert the block. Outside for O'Connell. Flag is down. Asamoah makes the tackle across the way. 7-yard gain as it stands to the 46.
There was a movement up front on the offensive line prior to the snap.
They'd be well short of the first down as it stands right now.
There's no play. Prior to the snap, false start, number 76, offense. It'll be 5-yard penalty, and it's still 3rd down.
Albert. I think he was going against Seymour on this play.
Yeah, you're going to get right there. Brandon Albert moved before the ball was snapped.
I'd move early too if Seymour were on the other end.
Absolutely.
How about that?
7 penalties today. Only 3 last week. Yeah, Haley won't be happy, but there's a few of those too I think were very questionable.
3rd and 23. They need the 42. Savage and Castle in the backfield. Seymour remains in the game and the nickel secondary. Ellis, Warren, Scott, Seymour on the defensive line. They push the pocket. Castle on the move. Seymour is chasing him. Warren is chasing him. Goff with the block. He's got a receiver. And he goes down. Trevor Scott chases him down at the 45-yard line. A scramble of 9. Kansas City's got a punt.
He did not want to force it into coverage. It's just real good movement by Castle. The pocket had collapsed. You can see Warren getting pressure. They were able to pin Seymour on that edge, and then his ability to move. Despite having a sprained MCL, I think it's been amazing today, as he could have been sacked more times than not, but his ability to save himself with movement has been really impressive.
Cole quick to punt. Hiram Eugene is back. At the 15, great Kansas City bounce. Will they save it? No. Oh, they missed it. They missed it. Monty Beisel was right there. Punt moments ago into the end zone. 1st and 10. McFadden tripped up. Corey Mays to the 23-yard line. Gain of about 2 on the play. McGee is in there for Dorsey on the line. 2nd down 8. McFadden banging his way for a couple. Stopped after a yard gain. Looks like Tank Tyler at the bottom of that pile for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and if you're the Chiefs, you got to know they want to run the football. They want to bleed the clock. Tom Cable's going to get the ball to his running backs, McFadden and Bush, but if you're defensively for Kansas City, you've got to be able to stop the run. Force them into 3rd and long and see if you can come up with a turnover.
Chiefs into the nickel. Watkins will be the slot receiver. McFadden is in the backfield. Leggett is the 5th defensive back. Tyson Jackson and McGee, 2 rookies on the defensive line. 3rd and the long 7. Good block by McFadden. It's to Miller, the tight end, who drops it. Coverage out there by Flowers among many. 3 and out for the Raiders.
We say pressure leads to picks, and watch Mike Brown. He comes free, and he should have had the sack, but he throws it up, and that kind of pressure should lead to an interception on the back end. Zach Miller has the best chance to make the catch, but watch Mike Brown. Comes in, you get a hit on Russell. Russell throws this ball up for grabs. The Chiefs missed an opportunity to come away with a turnover.
Leckler to punt again. He's had punts today of 70 and 66 yards. Wade is back at the 20. Brought down by Hiram Eugene. 30-yard line is the best beginning field possession for the Chiefs today.
Well, the kicking and punting by Shane Leckler has really pinned the Kansas City Chiefs offense back into their own area. 5 of their last 8 possessions have started right around that 20-yard line or worse. This one, they actually have better field position.
Claxton Johnson in the backfield. 43 defense for the Raiders. 1st and 10. Nice catch by Wade. Hiram Eugene makes the stop near the 50, 19-yard pickup.
And guess what? No penalty flags now to take away the play. They've come out and made a real good positive play on the first play of every possession, but they've had it negated by a penalty. This is just a hard play fake. It allows Bobby Wade to get open on the back end as it sucks the linebackers towards the line of scrimmage. Good catch by Bobby Wade.
19-yard pickup right there. He's at a 12-yard pickup, a 16-yard pickup back in the first quarter. Wade has been huge today. 1st and 10. From the 50. Larry Johnson. Niswonger a block. Tackle is made by Morrison. 2nd down and 8. Wade atop your screen. Albert the block on Richardson. Deflected and caught by Bowe. On the ricochet, Ricky Brown brings him down. Gain of 3 to the 44.
Boy, Castle does a good job of feeling and sensing the pressure around him. His ability to get rid of this, he almost backed up into the pressure coming in from this blind side. Right there, moved into the pressure, but still sensing it, getting rid of the ball, and able to get the completion. And you could see Dwayne Bowe is such a big presence over the middle of the field. He's got to be the bailout guy. He's almost like a tight end.
Desmond Bryant, rookie out of Harvard, deflected that ball. They kept him over Turdell Sands. Seymour back in the game, taking the place of Bryant. 3rd down and 5. Savage at the side of Castle. Caught. Bowe right in front of Chris Johnson. 1st down, 38. 7-yard pickup on 3rd and 5.
An impressive catch by Dwayne Bowe. In tight coverage, ball thrown behind him, but still has the strength and the ability to turn backside and pull this ball in, thrown from Matt Castle. See, that's not an easy catch. And what did he tell us? He said he got cut-ups from the head coach, Todd Haley, every play made by Larry Fitzgerald last year. So he's the Larry Fitzgerald in this offense. Got to be able to go over the middle and possess the football.
Knox back there with Larry Johnson, 1st and 10. Knox a block. Morrison the catch. Gain of 2 to the 36. You talk about Dwayne Bowe. He said he's watching a lot of Fitzgerald, as you say. He also had a little bit of Anthony Carter that he watched with Minnesota.
Absolutely. To one hand the ball, what they call the dead hand. The ability to stick that hand up at the last minute before the defender is aware that the ball is arriving. Hadn't had a chance to make those plays today, but it's the tough and dirty work that Dwayne Bowe was putting in.
Players down. Brian Waters, 1:17 to play in the 3rd at Arrowhead. Multiple Pro Bowls, 4 of them for Brian Waters. He is down. And former tight end, defensive lineman at North Texas, began with Dallas, let go, reeled in by Kansas City. And he has been a mainstay on the left side of that line. Slow to get up. We've got a new general manager in Kansas City, and Scott Pioli, new head coach, and Todd Haley. We're trying to change the culture here.
Yeah, and he said it. When we talked to Scott Pioli and Todd Haley, you could tell they're both on the same page because they want the same thing in football players who are smart, who are tough, who are disciplined. And they wanted a more fit football team where they could have greater endurance and be able to close out these games in the 4th quarter, something they were not able to do during a 2-14 run last year.
So on this drive, a 19-yard pass to Wade, 7-yard acrobatic catch by Bowe. Wade Smith will take the place of Waters at the left guard. Looking at the left leg of Waters.
We talked to all these players. You go out and look at them at practice. Everyone has lost weight.
Yeah.
I mean, every guy is in great shape. Scott Pioli and Todd Haley whipping this team into shape so that they can play hard down the stretch late in ball games.
Seymour playing the right tackle on the defensive line. 2nd down and 8. Cox back there with Johnson. 4 in the secondary. Larry Johnson, lead block by Cox. That's the old Larry Johnson. Brought down by Eugene. 7-yard gain. Mark him at the 28.
You talk about playing hard late in ball games. Here's, as we approach late here in the 3rd quarter, this is a very nice run by Larry Johnson. His ability to finish it off. And look at the offensive lineman coming off, getting to the 2nd level, and the strength and ability to break tackles and hit the 1st down marker. He's going to be really close. 19 carries, 69 yards rushing on the day. Last week, only 20 yards rushing.
Jackie Battle is in 3rd and 1. Couple tight ends. Battle the pitch by Scott. Knocked down by Warren's, got the 1st down, picks up 3 near the 25-yard line. Well, the Chiefs are on the move.
Both teams came in talking about the ability to close out games, to finish it in the 4th quarter. 6-3 ball game as we approach the 4th quarter. We're going to see which team is going to get stronger.
Asamoah came through made a great tackle from his cornerback. He throws Johnson for a loss of 2 back to the 28.
Wow, he is more than just a cover corner. He's got a broken wrist. See that cast on his left hand? But watch the way he comes underneath and is able to dip back inside and make the tackle. He's able to make Cox miss. That's just a phenomenal play by Nnamdi Asomugha, willing to stick his face in there and make the tackle. Look at the total yards for Kansas City as opposed to the Raiders. Only 77 yards for the Raiders, well over 300 for Kansas City.
Into the nickel, 2nd down and 12. Savage at the side of Castle. Stop that dead in mid-motion. Richard Seymour was coming up the middle.
Ball start, number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Chiefs had 2 penalties last week. No turnovers today, 8 penalties and 1 turnover.
Hard to be consistent in terms of the flow and the continuity on offense, where you continue to have these miscues and mistakes that leads to penalties. It takes yards off the board. It moves the offense backwards, and now you've got to make a play just to make up for every single penalty.
Brian Waters back in at the left guard. Just came in the game. 2nd down, 17. Into the nickel, Castle. And it's intercepted. Another one by Huff. Going downfield, they had Bradley down there. Michael Huff has picked off Matt Castle for a 2nd time in the game. He had 2 recovered turnovers in week 1. On the 6-yard line, 1st and 10. Couple tight ends. McFadden with O'Neal in the backfield for Jamarcus Russell. McFadden hit by Glenn Dorsey. He was slowed up there and down he goes. And he picks up 2 to the 8.
Against cover 2, you want to work the middle of the field, and he's trying to go to Dwayne Bowe here. And this is where Huff is going to come to pick it off. And so anytime you try to attack the center of the field against cover 2, you can't overthrow it, because watch Huff comes in and makes a nice catch to come away with his 2nd interception of the game.
On the defensive line, Gilberry, the rookie out of Alabama. In essence, even though it's his 2nd year, but saw limited time last year, Edwards and Dorsey. 2nd down, 8. McFadden slowed up by Demario Williams. And then he tumbles ahead after picking up 3. Mark him at the 11.
If you ever need a stop, if you're Kansas City, this is it. Because if you can force a punt here, even though it's Shane Lechler, then Lord knows he can punt it beyond the 50-yard line. You've got to come away with decent field position if you can force a 3 and out.
Now Tank Tyler and Dorsey will be on the defensive line. There is the nickel secondary. The extra back is Leggett. You see the assortment of receivers. Watkins will be in the slot. 6 consecutive misses by Russell. 3rd and 5. Oh, knocked down by Dorsey. Having a very good game today. They got a punt 3 and out again.
Situational football. He understood that it was just a screenplay. They wanted to dump it off to the back, and watch Dorsey lays off and nearly had the interception as he knocks that one down. That ball was intended for Darren McFadden, who was slipping right out of the backfield for the easy catch.
Another 3 and out. Wind will be at the face of Lechler, who's had a huge day. Punts of 70, 66, and 57 yards. Way back at the 35. Kondo the low snap. Lechler gets it away. Not good on the hang time, but a good bounce. Wade bobbles the ball. And then picked up. Oh my gosh, what a hit. 51-yard punt. Chiefs have lost 24-26 coming into today. 2 straight home openers. Oakland has been atrocious on defense on their offense today. They've had it 8 times, 6 3 and outs by the Raider offense. Number 39, 1st and 10. Johnson in the backfield with Cox. Castle, who's thrown 2 interceptions. Larry Johnson. Hit by Ricky Brown. He's up to the 45-yard line, picking up 6 on the play. Dontrell Savage at the side of Castle into the nickel. Blocked by Ndukwe. Blocked by Goff. Dontrell Savage on the move on that 2nd down and 4. Weaves his way to the 44. Picks up 10 yards. 1st down.
How about the quickness in space, making guys miss, running hard for Savage. He makes the catch. This time he takes his time. He's going to make the catch. He was scolded earlier in the game from his coach Todd Haley, and now he pays off. Haley's giving him more opportunity to make plays, and boy, did it pay off there.
Back to 4 in the secondary. 1st and 10, Johnson back in the backfield. Wade in motion. He's had a big day for the Chiefs. Larry Johnson. Ryan, the tight end, tries to throw a block on Brown. And they collapse on him across the way from the safety position. Branch, no gain in the play. They were trying to compare how these new guys in Kansas City look at, including Todd Haley, look at Larry Johnson. And the name Corey Dillon came up when he went to New England.
Yeah, and how about this? You know, Scott Pioli, the team's general manager, gave Larry Johnson some cut-ups of Corey Dillon, how he ran. And really, it's about mentality, running with a sense of aggression where you refuse to be tackled. And I think Larry has carried that over into this game today.
Ingram is the 3rd receiver. 2nd down and 10. Nickel secondary. Savage the handoff and a block by Waters. And let's see, they have Branch coming up, making the stop at the 39-yard line. Also there is Ellis on a gain of 5. But he has had an attitude adjustment too, as Larry Johnson.
Oh, absolutely. And I think you can tell in this game. Kansas City, 161 yards rushing in this game today, with Larry Johnson and Savage both getting in on the act. But you know, I thought he had the right attitude too. When we sat down with him, he wants to provide leadership for this football team, and he's sharing some of the carries with other guys.
John Bowie taking the place of Asamoah here on the near side on 3rd and 5. Pocket crumbles. The elusive Castle brought down on the play. Greg Ellis, the all-pro player from the Dallas Cowboys. It is a loss on the play of 3. They're back to the 42.
It was all about the pressure. You talked about Ellis. Watch them push the pocket, starting with Gerard Warren, 61. Ellis comes off to get the sack. And I thought Castle did a wonderful job not forcing the ball down the field in coverage.
They got a punt. He was sacked the most in the NFL a season ago while playing with the New England Patriots.
The most in the National Football League. And sometimes you got to go ahead and take the sack and avoid turning the ball over and forcing the ball into coverage.
Colquitt the punt. Javon Walker is back. Oh, they got in the way of him. It was picked up then by Mike Mitchell, who is a rookie out of Ohio University and a 2nd-round pick. Chiefs just punted. Upcoming the 9th possession for the Raiders. Previous 8 possessions. 3 plays punt. 1st and 10. Chiefs will be in the nickel. Pushes in the backfield for Russell. 1st and 10 from the 18. Bush. Blocked by Cornell Green. Tackle made by Tank Tyler, the nose guard. 9-yard gain, close to a 1st down. Spot him at the 27.
Great block by 66. Cooper Carlisle. He's able to get Derek Johnson on the ground. And watch Johnson here. See, once he goes down, you don't seal the edge. You allow the ball to get to the edge. It's going to be in your secondary for plus yards right away.
Defensive line of Dorsey, Tyler, and Jackson. That is the starting group out there for the Chiefs. Now they go to 4 defensive backs. Bush in the backfield, 1st and 10. Bush. There's a block by Morris, who is the center. 2nd down and 6. The fullback is in for the wide receiver. The tight end Miller is on the move. He's not made a catch today. Handoff, Bush. Lead by Gallery. All kinds of guys in there making the stop, including Corey Mays. And they add Page, gain of 3 to the 35.
Big 3rd down coming up here, 3rd and 3. What do you expect from the Raiders? Maybe to run the ball. They feel like they can push the pile. They've got the big runners in. They've got to feel like they can do it. Do you allow Jamarcus Russell to throw the ball here when he's shown that he's been inaccurate throwing it all day?
Chiefs are going to stay in the 34. No nickel. 3rd and 3. 3 of 11 on 3rd down conversions today with a couple of tight ends. McFadden is in. Here comes Vrabel. He knocks the ball away. Mike Vrabel comes up with the big defensive play. Another defensive stand for the Chiefs. 4 plays punt for the Raiders.
The 13-year veteran, Mike Vrabel. This is why he was brought here, to provide leadership in playmaking at critical times in the game. Getting in the face of the quarterback, and he goes up to knock it down. An excellent play, forcing the punt. They're going to get another opportunity on offense.
9 possessions for the Raiders, 7 punts. Leckler to punt. Wade is inside the 15 for the Chiefs. From the 10, hangs down to 4-6. Finds some room and brought down by Trevor Scott. What an ugly offensive game this has been.
Well, there have been a lot of miscues, particularly for the Chiefs on offense. 2 turnovers, 3 drop passes, and the 7 penalties have been costly ones.
5 in the secondary. Asamoah is out of the game still. They still have John Bowie taking his place. 1st and 10. Caught by Wade. Route kind of knocked him off his route. Also is hit by John Bowie. Gain of 11 yards to the 39. 1st and 10, Larry Johnson pulling his Albert into the grasp of Tommy Kelly, and he's to the 43-yard line and picks up 3 on the play. 2nd and 7, Johnson knocked down by Branch, hit by Morrison, midfield, dives for a 1st down, picks up 8 on 2nd down and 7 to move the chains.
You know, Matt Castle has already made a couple of mistakes, already thrown a couple of interceptions, but he's got to make plays on this drive to get his team into the end zone. You can't play too careful. You still have to cut it loose and be aggressive. You know Todd Haley's going to be an aggressive play caller. If you're the quarterback, you've got to pull the trigger.
Asamoah, dehydration, that was what we just heard. Route now taking his place. 1st and 10, not much there. Run by Jackie Battle. 5 defensive backs, 2nd down and 12. Ingram in motion. Johnson at the side of Castle. Incomplete, looking for Wade, covered by Chris Johnson.
He was well covered. Castle did the right thing by throwing that one away. Sometimes the defense, they make good calls as well. They're able to take away the things you want to do on offense, and that time Johnson had Bobby Wade well covered.
Secondary with Eugene and Huff. Now they're going to make all kinds of substitutions. So it'll be 3rd down and 12.
About the protection.
Well, look at they're caught defensively shorthanded. Now they get the 5th guy out there. Confusion for the Raiders on defense. 3rd and 12. They need the 40, and that's going to cause a timeout. Yet confusion in the secondary.
Didn't know where to line up. Better to call the timeout than to get crease and allow receiver to get wide open down the field.
So the Raiders, who have had trouble on the road since 2004, a 9-31 record. Only Detroit has had a worse record. And this is important for both these teams. Oakland playing their 2nd consecutive game against an AFC West team. They have one more next week. The Chiefs will begin a string of 4 straight against the NFC East beginning next week. So that puts even more on their shoulders today against the Raiders.
Yeah, they certainly need a win because they're a young team. And what did Mike Brown tell us? He said that, you know, winning is contagious, but so is losing. And sooner or later, you've got to start taking strides in a positive direction and feed off the winning. But it starts with getting that first one here today.
Seymour is not in. Nickel secondary. 3rd and 12. Good time for Castle. Swings a pass and it's caught. 40-yard line. Grabbed by Ingram. Huff made the stop, close to a 1st down at the 40. I think he's got it by the nose of a football.
Yeah, and watch him. He's going to come back to the ball, too. And that's going to be a really good play by Bobby Ingram. This is why he's been in the National Football League so long. If he doesn't come back to the ball, he's not going to be able to catch it. Huff is going to break up the play.
12-yard reception. Wade has really been the star offensively for the Chiefs today, but Ingram comes up with his first catch.
Absolutely, and both are the same kind of players. They have really good feel for coverage, where to find the holes in the zone coverages, and then work their way back to the ball to make a catch.
Remember, Asamoah is out with dehydration, taking his place. John Bowie on the other side, Chris Johnson. 1st and 10. And Dukeway the block. Castle on the move. Larry Johnson trying to throw a block on the linebacker. There's Morrison with the stop. The gain is to the 31. 9-yard gain. Flag on the play.
Flag is on the back end, deep in the Raiders secondary.
"12 men on defense." That's a 5-yard penalty. Reassess from the end of the run. 1st down.
Wow. First, we've seen the Raiders make mistakes, and here's the run by Castle. You might want to slide on this one, Matt. There's no reason to take this kind of punishment. Listen in. Wow. Body snatcher. Wow. And Matt's feeling it.
On this drive, a 12-yard pass completion to Ingram, an 11-yard pass completion to Wade. The penalty story right there. Chiefs only had a couple last week in Baltimore, 8 today, most on the offense.
Yeah, and I will say this, Matt Cassel has come out and he's had a really gutty and gritty game where he's getting his uniform dirty. But he knows he's got to make plays and help his team to win a ball game. Got to forget the 2 previous interceptions and find a way to get a win.
Chiefs decline the penalty, take the 9-yard gain, 2nd down and 1. On the defensive line, they have Shaughnessy, Kelly, Warren, and Ellis. Again, very little Seymour. No Asamoah. 8th play of the drive. 2nd down and 1. Johnson in the backfield with Cox. Larry Johnson, the pull by Waters. And he slithers to the 29. Morrison right there along with Johnson. Flag. Gain of 2 on the play. What'd you see over there? You're pointing to something.
Hiram Eugene is actually coming out.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
beginning to cramp up.
No flag on the play. It'll be inside the 30. It will be a 1st down for the Chiefs.
That's when you see you have the confusion on the back end with Nnamdi out. Now Hiram Eugene having to come out. Now you start to really get to your 4th and 5th and sometimes 6th defensive back who may not be used to going in this situation.
O'Connell in the slot. Wade and Bo are the receivers. Look at the 1st down story here. 1st and 10. Take to Johnson. Ryan the block. Going deep for Bo. Oh! Touchdown! He beats Stanford Routt. For the 2nd consecutive game, Dwayne Bowe has caught a touchdown pass for the Chiefs.
It's the dead hand that he talked about in our meeting. He played possum until the ball arrived at the very last minute. And watch him extends himself to be able to go and get that ball. They said they were going to wait for the right matchup to go deep to Dwayne Bowe. Stanford Routt comes in, not Nnamdi Asamoah on Dwayne Bowe, and they take advantage of it.
29-yard strike. Extra point with 2.5 to play in regulation. Succop. 10-6. Kansas City, their #1 pick out of LSU a couple years ago, Dwayne Bowe.
Todd Haley is like a cobra, waiting to strike with an aggressive play call, going to his #1 receiver. We said it at the top of the game that Dwayne Bowe would have to take a bow, and he's going to get a bow from everyone here at Arrowhead Stadium for making this play with the game on the line.
Cassel has just thrown his first touchdown pass as a Kansas City quarterback.
And boy, did he trust his big-time receiver, Dwayne Bowe. We said that he had a size advantage, 6'2", 220 pounds. He needed every inch to go up and come down with that pass from Matt Cassel.
Dwayne Bowe has just caught his 14th career touchdown pass. 1 last week in Baltimore, 1 today against the Raiders.
Keep studying tapes of Larry Fitzgerald. Make more plays like that. So it's A-OK.
Good looking 9-play drive. Castle's pass perfect. Routt was beaten. Now the kickoff from Succop. Deep back is Louis Rankin, taking the place of the injured Nick Miller. From the 9. It's a block from Alston. Brought down across the way by Studebaker. 21-yard return to the 30-yard line. Here we go. Nickel secondary. McFadden in the backfield, 1st and 10. McFadden with the block, looking for Watkins. Oh, what a knock away by Leggett. A sensational play.
It's just great coverage by Maurice Leggett. They picked on him last week in Baltimore. A really good throw from Jamarcus Russell. And at the last minute, watch the right hand of Leggett. Steals this one, almost pulling it in for an interception, but it's just timely coverage, playing the ball in the air by Maurice Leggett.
On the defensive line, Tyson Jackson and McGee, 2 rookies. Got the nickel secondary. See the deployment of receivers, 2nd down and 10. Russell has missed 10 consecutive passes. Flag, they blow it dead.
Movement by the Raiders offensive line.
False start. Number 80, offense. 5-yard penalty.
No,
Still
on
second
the
down.
tight end.
That's the first penalty this half against the Oakland Raiders. It's on Zach Miller.
Zach Miller movement up front. It's going to get even louder here at Arrowhead.
How about Miller? He was the leading receiver last year. Had 6 catches against San Diego. Not a single reception today.
I think their inability to run the ball is taking away their play-action pass opportunities.
Watkins will be in the slot. Murphy to the bottom of his screen, wide right. Hayward Bay wide left, the nickel secondary for the Chiefs, 2nd down and 15. Russell caught Murphy right in front of Flowers. 1st down, 45-yard line, a 20-yard pickup.
Louis Murphy is a polished route runner, and boy does he beat Brandon Flowers on this route as he's able to work the sideline. Good protection, and then how about the throw from Russell? One of his better throws on the day, but way too much room for Louis Murphy to work that sideline.
A guy that big, he's got to have good balance. Huh? Quarterback that big.
He's got to get down and bend his knees on every throw.
Still the nickel, 1st and 10, 45. A block by Cornell Green. There goes a flag. They stopped that play. Oh, look at this. And Flowers had not given up on the play. He kept playing. False start. Raiders again.
Wow.
False start. Number 18, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
1st and 15.
Now you got to be more disciplined on the back end. Now watch and see if you get some movement right there up top by the young receiver. Got to hold your water.
It's 1st and 15. Tamba Hali was in there. Gilberry was in there. Tyler was in there, crowding the pocket. Flag is down.
This could be a late hit.
It was.
Wow. Personal foul.
I did not hear who it was on.
Neither did I, but he was on the ground.
See if we can pick
You
it up
can't
here.
lunge at the quarterback. Now see, he's on the ground. Now
Well,
see,
the rookie, or Gilberry, who played just a handful of games last year. And he is blown for the foul. They call it on him. It's a 1st down. Raiders are alive. 48-yard line. There's time, as you see, left. Timeouts. Raiders 2, Chiefs 3. They stick with the nickel. On the defensive line, Gilberry out of Alabama and Zach Tyler. Linebackers are Beisel and Derek Johnson. You see the receivers. McFadden in the backfield. McFadden. There was a block by Cooper Carlisle, who lost the helmet. He was downfield. McFadden hit by Mike Brown, hit by Flowers. At the 37, it's a gain of 11. It's another 1st down. The Raiders on the move. 2-minute warning. Raiders on the move. They have just lost their starting left guard, Robert Gallery. Looked like he was favoring a knee. He's walked to the locker room. So Samson Satelli has come in, the ex-Miami Dolphin, to the center. They move the game starting center Morris to the left guard. McFadden at the side of the quarterback, Jamarcus Russell. 1st and 10, 37-yard line, nickel secondary. Satelli's first snap. Henderson the block. Oh, that was deflected. Incomplete. Looking for Watkins. Covered by the defensive back for the Chiefs, Leggett.
Pressure by Tamba Hali, number 91, coming off the edge. Able to get to Jamarcus Russell right around the legs, forcing that ball to sail high. It's a team that really struggled to get pressure 1 year ago. Had the fewest number of sacks, 10 in 2008.
Zach Miller, their leading receiver, has not caught a pass today. 2nd down and 10. Into the nickel, Russell. Good block by McFadden. He got by Beisel. He goes into the end zone and out of the end zone. He was looking for Hayward Bay. Uncatchable play. Carr was back there. Brown was back there.
6'6", 260 pounds. Do you think Jamarcus Russell was nimble enough to make you miss as Hayward Bay comes up limping? Now he shakes it off. You got to wonder if he's cramping up.
They're going to bring in Javon Walker to take his place. They took over at their 22 with 2:38 left. Upcoming is the 7th play at the 37.
Third down play. Do you blitz? Do you come with pressure, or do you lay back and play soft in coverage?
Oh, the right tackle Green moved. Another miscue by the offense. It was loud in here.
False start. Number 74, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Solomon, that's the 3rd penalty on the offense on this drive.
Yeah, and just killing them. It's not allowing them to get into rhythm offensively, and now you move further back. And I think if you're the Raiders, you got to be smart here in terms of what you do. Yeah, you want to try to get that first down, but yeah, with a kicker like Sebastian Janikowski, set up the field goal, get yourself into position to put points on the board.
2 rookies on the Kansas City defensive line, McGee and Jackson. There are 5 in the secondary. You see the protection for Russell. 3rd and 15. They need the 27. The block by Carlisle. Oh, what a catch! Watkins inside the 15. Flowers and Leggett make the stop. Markham at the 14-yard line picks up 28 on 3rd and 15. A first down for the Raiders.
They go for the whole bowl of wax to Watkins. How about Jamarcus Russell getting it together? He couldn't put the ball on the open receivers in the first half and getting better here with his accuracy.
1st and 10 from the 14. Russell, McFadden, flag is down. Brown makes the stop near the 5. Gain of 9 as it stands now. On this drive, a pass to Murphy for 20. 28 right there to Watkins.
Illegal contact, number 31, defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
A killer.
Maurice Leggett in coverage. Now here come the big boys. And the Raiders have made the plays. They're making the important plays when it counts. Even though they've had a number of penalties on this drive, Tom Cable's group knocking on the door.
Russell will drive you crazy, won't he? Huh?
Oh, yeah. He's gotten it together here late, just as he did last week. He had missed a number of open receivers. And how about hitting Watkins right on the money when it counts?
There'll be 2 tight ends for the Raiders. Chiefs will be in their 34. Dorsey, Tyler, Jackson on the line. They decline the penalty. 2nd down and 1. O'Neal is the fullback. McFadden. There's a block by Henderson. A missed tackle by Brown. That is a Raider touchdown, a 5-yard run. They've taken the lead.
Excellent play call by Tom Cable. He gets the ball to his nifty-footed running back, Darren McFadden, in space against Mike Brown. Look at the pitch there. So they get around the edge, and Tamba Hali, you've got to make this tackle in space if you're Mike Brown. You miss, it's a touchdown for the Raiders.
1:07 to play. Raiders on top. The extra point coming up from Janikowski. Leckler the hold. Kondo the snap. 3-point lead with 67 seconds to play in regulation.
Down by 3, and it takes you back to the last play of the first half where they had an opportunity. They were in field goal range, and all you have to do is throw this ball either into the end zone for a touchdown. If you can't score, you throw this ball away because you're out of timeouts. So they throw it on the boundary. They are not able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Time expires in the first half, and you squander an opportunity to kick a field goal. You kick a field goal there right now, and this game is tied at 13 apiece.
McFadden and Bush together rushed for over 290 yards last year in Arrowhead. And today it's McFadden on a 5-yard touchdown run.
Now the Chiefs have 3 timeouts. I think coming out, you've got to come out, you got to throw the ball, and I think you got to go down the middle of the field. Most teams expect for you to throw the ball to the boundary, catch it, step out of bounds. And you know the Raiders are going to be defending the sideline. You got to take some shots down the middle of the field, because after you catch it, if you don't get out of bounds, you still have 3 timeouts.
3 kickoffs, 3 touchbacks for Janikowski. Savage will leave it in the end zone to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. I'll be curious to see if Asamoah comes back out.
Absolutely.
He's missed a lot of time with dehydration.
I think it's something that if you're the Chiefs, you got to be aware of. If you get Stanford route onto Wayne Bowe again, take some shots down the field.
There he is. He is going to come back out after missing a lot of plays in the second half. Short on fluids.
And we asked Todd Haley, a guy like Nnamdi Asomugha, we've seen other teams just stay away from him, not even throw his way. I said, do you stay away from him or do you challenge him? And Todd Haley says, hey, we've got to continue to be aggressive. If we get the matchup we want, we're not afraid to throw the ball in his direction.
5 in the secondary. Savage at the side of Castle. 3 timeouts for the Chiefs, 1st and 10. Dupway, the block at the tackle. Savage is brought down by Howard and by Rout at the 29, gain of 9.
And you can see they're going right over the middle of the field. They can take another shot, but they got to start using the timeouts.
Seymour is in as the right defensive tackle. 2nd and 1. Incomplete. Morrison was there, not a receiver to be found.
That ball was nearly intercepted.
Sure was.
Don't know where exactly he was going with that one, unless someone had hit his arm when he was throwing the football.
That's the information on Suckup, a rookie 7th-round pick out of South Carolina. He was the last player chosen in the 09 draft.
Got to get it right around the 36-yard line in order to kick a 53-yard field goal, which is right in his range.
3rd and 1. Savage in the backfield. Here comes the sack by Ellis. His 2nd today. The former Cowboy throws him for a 3-yard loss and a timeout taken by the Chiefs. They'll spot him at the 25.
Big play by Ellis. Coming off the corner to get the sack. They wanted to work Bowe against Asomugha. Watch at the top of your screen. Closing in from the blind side. There he is. He's able to beat Ndukwe coming off the right side of the Chiefs offensive line. Huge play by Greg Ellis.
It's the timeout story. Ellis had a sack against San Diego. He's got 3 sacks in 2 games. He played 11 seasons for Dallas, the all-time leading sacker at North Carolina. Here we go, 4th and 4. They need the 30. The nickel secondary. Savage at the side of Castle. Dropped. Huff to defense. Going for the rookie tight end O'Connell. On possession on downs to the Oakland Raiders.
Started with the pressure. Pressure forced the early throw. He could not hold on to the ball. Forced to cut it loose to Jake O'Connell. And then the speed to close on Michael Huff.
Huff has had a huge day with 2 picks and a big play right there in front of O'Connell.
Big time play to get off the field and get the ball on downs. Huff, stellar play in that secondary. Matt Castle unable to get it done. The offensive line couldn't provide the protection. Not enough time to find open receivers down the field.
2 timeouts apiece. Huff comes up with a huge defensive game for Tom Cable, getting the hug right there to his 4th-year defensive back out of Texas.
Both teams came in, talked about finishing off ball games. Who was going to be the stronger here in the 4th quarter? I think it's proven to be the Oakland Raiders.
Timeout taken by Kansas City. And here is what is coming up for the Chiefs. That incredible month against the Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys, and at the Redskins in the middle of October. Wow.
Murderer's row.
Then San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, the NFC East we know is a very good and tough division, and then you finish that off with a game at home against San Diego. So Todd Haley's group has to improve, and they're going to have to do it quickly.
Raiders have come in here and won 2 consecutive games. It looks like today they're going to notch their 3rd consecutive win at Arrowhead Stadium, and the Chiefs, who called their final timeout right there,
It's a rival that has been brewing for 50 years, going back to the old AFL, and they're still giving us good games.
Chiefs will lose their third consecutive home opener. And what is hard to really swallow, their 25th loss in their last 27 games, and that's what the Raiders have coming up. Third consecutive AFC West opponent coming up in Denver. Tom Cable gets a huge win. They go to 1-1. The Chiefs drop to 0-2. And the game-winning drive capped by a 5-yard touchdown run by Darren McFadden. A drive that saw a 20-yard pass to Murphy, a 28-yard pass to Watkins, and they beat the Chiefs on a day where Matt Castle was picked off twice. Final score 13.